defense against Skyrim Enterprise. That can be arranged.
Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyanI, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 250, guys. 250 weeks of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. That's over 5.5 years. I remember I started this series back in October of 2016, and we've been going every single Monday ever since then, and it's just amazing that we're keeping this series going, and the interactions between you guys are still going great and strong. I absolutely love this community, and this is such a fun series that I love to do each and every single week. So I wanted to do something extremely special for today, and I'm going to be picking out my favorite mod, and I also got some help from some other friends that I also have in the Skyrim modding community, and there's 2 other YouTubers that are going to be featured here. We have John the LoveKing as well as Modswell, who were kind enough to, jump on the collaboration with me, because this is one of my first collaborations here on YouTube, and this is so extremely fun to do. I'm very excited to be able to get this video out for you guys and do anything that I can to give back to this amazing modding community. So basically how this video is going to work is I'm going to showcase my favorite mod and pretty much what got me started modding and kind of give you guys a little bit of a background there, and then we'll jump over to John the LoveKing, who is another very talented YouTuber here on the platform who also makes Skyrim mod videos. He's going to showcase his favorite mod and you get to see his style of video, and if you want to check him out, I'll also have all of the links in the description as well as his Discord and everything that you can go follow them as well. And then we'll hop over to Modswell and hear his favorite mod and the one that he always uses, and I'll also be able to give you guys his link as well if you want to check him out too. So I just want to say a big thank you to John and Modswell for jumping on this video with me and giving something extremely special to you guys for 250 weeks of Modded Mondays. But like always, before we jump into the mods, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with GamerSupps, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, let's jump into my favorite mod, and you guys may have heard this in some previous videos where I've covered some of my favorite mods, and it's the Forgotten City Quest mod. This is an award-winning, critically acclaimed expansion mod offering a unique 6 to 8 hour experience, which is a murder mystery investigation set in an ancient underground city. You have to solve it using your wits and the ability to travel through time, and it has its own dark, non-linear story which you'll interrogate suspects, explore the city and its many secrets, and navigate challenging moral dilemmas. It also features multiple endings and an original soundtrack, as well as professionally voiced dialogue. Now I absolutely love this mod, not just because of the quest, but just the way that everything is set up. You're dropped into this area in which you can't escape, so you pretty much just have to go in, and that's the only quest that you can be doing at the time, and you have to really focus on what the right ending is. And there's plenty of different endings. You have to interrogate so many different NPCs, and every NPC is voiced perfectly. All of the voice acting is very well done, and there's also an original soundtrack that's very, very good. It was specially composed just for this mod itself, so the production value for this mod is very, very high, and it's very professionally made, and it comes in at 133 megabytes only. You hear a bunch of other quest mods that go deep into, storytelling in a bunch of different areas, and those get really high in memory space, but this you could pretty much fit into any load order where you have under 150 megabytes left. So it can fit into tons of different load orders, and it's a very, very fun quest mod to do, and I actually have a full playthrough on my channel that I did a while back. I apologize if you go back to watch it, it's actually, not as good because I was very non-experienced with YouTube, and that was just something that I did right whenever I started. So I do have the entire playthrough up on the channel. It's just very, very old, and since I did that so long ago, not too long ago, I was actually reached out by the creators of this mod because they made their own game out of this quest. There's actually a game that you can go play on Steam as well as other platforms called The Forgotten City, and it's based off of this quest mod here. That's just how good the story of this quest mod is, that it actually became its own game. And I think that's an extremely huge deal, and not only that, the creators of The Forgotten City saw my video so long ago and gave me a key to play the game before it actually released. And I made a video on that game as well, so if you want to see, my playthrough of the Forgotten City game, I'll also leave that in the description for you. But so much came from this mod, and it came out right whenever modding was released for Skyrim, and still after all these years, it still holds up as one of my favorite mods ever made. The quest features a beautiful, detailed city to explore full of secrets and mysteries. There's a haunting non-linear story with several different endings, so no matter what you do, there's always some replay value to go back and try. It's complex, it has all the fully voiced characters, and each of them have their own unique stories, so you can sit and talk with them for a while and just hear about what their life is like in the Forgotten City. There's challenging moral dilemmas with consequences as well, so a lot of the choices you make whenever you're going throughout this quest mod have consequences either immediately or later down the line. And I absolutely love that. And one thing that I also really enjoy in quest mods and other games is puzzles, and there's tons of puzzles featured in this quest mod as well. I'm honestly trying to think of something that I don't like about this quest mod, but I really can't think of anything. You think of a quest mod being, incompatible with other things or other mods. I pretty much am able to fit this into any load order I've ever created, and there's no problems at all. It fits pretty much anywhere that you would like in your quest mod section, or, it's very compatible with a bunch of different mods out there, so you'll have no trouble getting this installed and started on your character, and I would strongly recommend downloading it because it's a great quest line. It has so many features and things that you can just get lost in, and you could spend tons of hours, even more than the 6 to 8 hours, inside this quest, and I think there's so much to explore here. So if you've heard me talk about the quest before and you've given it a try, or maybe you just put it off on the back burner for a while, if you haven't given this quest mod a try, I would strongly recommend downloading it because it is a perfect quest mod to get into. If you're looking for something new to do in Skyrim, this will definitely keep you busy for a while. So that's definitely why this mod is my favorite mod of all time, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it and giving it a playthrough for yourself. And now that we're done talking about my favorite mod of all time, let's head over to John the LoveKing's channel and see what his favorite mod is.
The truth.
Hello fellow knights and ladies of the realm, I am John the LoveKing, and I am honored to be a part of this video collaboration with both RTDVids and Modswell, two amazing individuals that help aid in making your Skyrim as good as it should be. We all share the same feeling here, all of us passionate about modding Skyrim on the Xbox. So with that being said, in my section, we're going to take a look at a hidden racial mod called Palladium Racials. Palladium Racials is a mod that changes all races in Skyrim by giving them unique powers and abilities. It sounds a little bit overpowered, but not necessarily true, because every single race gets these benefits, not just the player character. So I'm going to give a sneak peek at what this racial mod does by covering one of my favorite races in Skyrim, the Orcmer. When I play as an orc, I like to roleplay as this war chief named Krug, and I read all his lines as what I think an orc would sound like. So enjoy.
Alright, listen up you maggots. So you think you've got what it takes to live and breathe the same air as an orc does? Well, let's see if you can handle brute strength with honor. As an orc, you'll have hardy health, and will take less damage from your opponent if you manage to keep it up. By the blessings of Meadowcroft, hitting your enemies with a powerful blow will stagger any hope they had left of winning. You want to keep hitting them with everything you've got. And if you're stupid enough to get hit too many times, you'll enter into berserkery, allowing you to hit stronger, cast spells smarter, move swift like the wind, confusing the hell out of your enemies. Alright, last thing you need to know about us orcs. We're kind of known as the pariah folk. Every time we speak to someone, they're always frightened by us. They judge us before they even get to know us. It's pretty sad when you think about it. Who cares? We have our brothers and sisters to trade with and partner. Heck, at least those Imperials treat us with the respect we deserve.
Alright, you all have just witnessed what it is like to breathe that fresh orc air. There are many more racial changes with Palladium Racials that I will be reviewing back on my channel, going over each and every one of them. So, if you're interested in that, stop on by and subscribe.
Thanks, John. Not only for coming on the video and making it extra special for everyone, but also shining some light onto a mod that I actually haven't heard of before. That's not a mod that I've covered on the channel or actually even discovered while I was going through the mod page, so that's definitely one I'm going to have to check out for myself. But now that we're done with your showcase, let's head over to Modswell and see what his favorite mod is.
Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Max, but you might know me as Modswell. RTD has asked me to appear on this video to share my favourite mod with you all in celebration of his 250th video in the series, which by the way is an absolutely massive accomplishment. Thousands of hours worth of work helping out this community. I wouldn't know what I do today without these videos. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. It won't come as a surprise to anyone who has watched any of my videos just how much I love the Ultimate Dodge mod. UDM was made back in 2017 by Shikyokira, a name I have likely butchered more times than I am comfortable with. I am such a huge fan of this mod because it reinvigorated my love of the game. It added in something I thought missing, or at least poorly implemented from the vanilla game. It added a whole new way for me to approach every single engagement, and whilst not the greatest in combat, I'm definitely able to look semi-competent with UDM installed. The Ultimate Dodge mod does exactly what it describes, and adds an ability to either sidestep or roll out of the way of danger. For anyone who's played something like Dark Souls or even The Witcher, you will be familiar with this mechanic. To use the Ultimate Dodge mod, you simply press your sneak button and pick a direction whilst your weapon is drawn. Dependent on the enemy type you're up against, you'll see one of the two dodge animations. However, this mod is incredibly malleable, so if you wanted, you could open up the settings menu. You'll find that in with your alteration spells. This menu will let you change a fair amount. Sneak style, which will dictate how you can sneak with this mod. Type 1 is default, and when your weapon is drawn, you can't change between sneak or stand. I actually advise using sneak style 2, as this allows you to sneak or stand with your weapon drawn, as long as you're standing still. I've been trapped in a slow sneak walk enough times to suggest making this switch. You can also set your dodge style to roll and sidestep, or roll only or dodge only. Roll and sidestep is the default, but this is going to be worth playing around with to find what works for you. I suggest changing this setting at the start of every playthrough, as it fixes an issue with the mod where the characters roll halfway and then just stop. Anytime your skeleton changes, you have to tweak that setting, even if you're going to revert it right back to default. This includes transforming into a beast form, starting a new character, or using a mod to change your appearance or race. If you do get caught in the pose, 90% of the time this is going to be the fix. If it isn't, you may have a conflict. Try moving UDM lower in your order and rebooting the game. Beyond this, you can also edit stamina costs for rolls and sidesteps independently, toggle the enemy dodge AI on or off depending on if you like them utilizing the same moves as you. I will say, it does look a little bit silly having them all dodging constantly when they're in groups, but it also makes the game more challenging and fun, so I think it's worthwhile. There are a few options you can take when it comes to the Ultimate Dodge mod. First off is the original. This is going to cost 13 megabytes or 11.9 depending on if you're using XP32 or not. There's also Movement Behavior Enhanced 2.0, which uses UDM with additional movement features that are definitely worth checking out. That one's going to cost you 20.6 megabytes. We also have Lexifer's recent release of the reborn version of the mod, which costs 12 megabytes and has some tweaks to the look of the roll and how it operates. I've also heard a rumour that you can run Lexifer's version over the top of MBE to have the best of both worlds. Upsettingly, the cost of both too. I haven't personally tried this out myself, but I've had several people come forward. There are still more mods coming out, including this as part of a movement package, because it's such a huge improvement to the movement in the game, and popular amongst pretty much everyone who's tried it out successfully. When it comes to placing this mod in the logical load order, there's a few things to consider. It must be above violins and any mod that includes Nordwar UA armors. It also has to be below XP32, should you be running that, which you likely are. As long as you have that in mind, it can really slot in anywhere, but animations is of course the most natural spot. I instead advise putting Violins and Nord War UA armors at the top of your bottom loaded mod section if you're using them. For anyone curious, UDM will revert the textures from Nord War sets to vanilla at an extremely low quality, so if you've ever seen that and wondered what's up, it's a conflict between these two mods. It sounds like I'm saying so many negatives about the mod, but I do feel I have to. I hear fairly often that people gave up on the mod after a negative first experience, but after getting used to it, I don't know a single person who doesn't consistently use this mod. Every problem has an extremely simple solution. That becomes second nature whenever you start a new game with UDM installed. I can't stress how much I enjoy this mod. I will never make another order without it. This is usually the point where I do an outro, but it's not my video. So I just want to thank Ryan for having me and congratulate him for the brilliant content and the work he's done for this community. I look forward to the next 250 videos. And of course, thank you all so much for listening to me talk about my favourite mod.
Thanks, Modswell. Your kind words mean more than you know, man. But now that you've heard about our favorite mods, I'd like to ask you guys what your favorite mods are. So definitely let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite mod is, or maybe a mod that you can't live without, because I'd like to get back and forth with you guys and see what kind of mods you use and ones that never leave your load order, because this modding community is so amazing and I'm always looking for ways to give back and interact with you guys. And I also want to say a big thank you to John and Modswell for jumping on this video with me, as well as to you guys for letting me do this for 250 weeks in a row. And I'd be more than willing to do more collaborations in the future because this was so much fun. But that's pretty much it for this week's episode of Modded Monday, so hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you knew. It really helps me out a lot. I also have the links to John the Love King as well as Modswell in the description for you there, so you can go check out their channels and subscribe if you'd like to. And also I want to give a special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later.